Our theme today is the Lord high and lifted up, and our scripture is from Isaiah chapter 6, verses 1 through 8, a very famous passage which is really the commissioning or the call of Isaiah to serve the Lord. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord seated on a throne, high and exalted, and the train of his robe filled the temple. Above him were seraphs, each with 6 wings. With 2 wings they covered their faces, and with 2 wings they covered their feet, and with 2 they were flying, and they were calling to one another, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty. The whole earth is full of his glory. At the sound of their voices, the doorposts and thresholds shook, and the temple was filled with smoke. Woe to me, I cried, I am ruined, for I am a man of unclean lips, and I live among a people of unclean lips, and my eyes have seen the Lord Almighty. Then one of the seraphs flew to me with a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with tongs from the altar. With it he touched my mouth and said, See, this has touched your lips. Your guilt is taken away, and your sin is atoned for. Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send, and who will go for us? And I said, Here am I, send me. It's a great passage, and so much we could talk about. But for Isaiah, the first thing I would note about the Lord being high and lifted up is that his experience with God, which is so dramatic, actually comes at a time of grief and loss. Isaiah was close to King Uzziah died, and now we're told that the king is dead. And Isaiah, in a time we would assume of grief and at the temple for worship, has this remarkable experience. And sometimes when people in our life who are close to us die, it's very, very painful, of course. But it also may be a time when we experience God, or God manifests himself to us in new ways that we never experienced before or even imagined. That's at least the case for Isaiah. And the hugeness of God, if you will, that the train of his robe fills the whole temple, is just amazing. And you notice that what the seraphs say is very similar to the praise we hear in heaven in Revelation chapter 4, verses 8 to 11, that I preached on this last Sunday. The emphasis on the holiness of God. Holy, holy, holy. The power of God. Lord Almighty. The whole earth is full of his glory. How all of creation is praising and manifesting the glory of God. Truly the God we worship is awesome and beyond our imagination or description, and is very high and lifted up throughout all the earth.